Hello everyone, welcome back to the Talking Reds. This is the match preview for Arsenal versus Liverpool. A huge game on Sunday afternoon. Top of the league game, 6-pointer as people would say. Is it an early title challenging race game? Is it an early title decider? It could be for Arsenal, because if they lose the decider, they could be out of it completely already after their falters in the last couple of games. Boys, you look happy for Arsenal fans right now. Basil, how are you feeling? How the season's gone so far?
Ironic. I mean, the season's been all right. We're still getting into gear. This is actually the first time I'm not too confident coming into this game. I don't think we found our rhythm. Even in the midweek in the Champions League, it was kind of a slow second half. We kind of started off well and held off the second half. So I'm not too confident because it seems the injuries that we've had have affected our rhythm a bit. And even though we had injured players, I still expected the rhythm to still be there at least. And I think Arteta is trying to figure out how the team operates when key players are not in the squad. And I think that's where I'm not too confident, because I think he's still trying to figure that out. But should be a tight game. I don't know if it'll be the most entertaining of games as maybe previous games, but I think it will definitely be a tight game and quite edgy, to be honest. But yeah, not too confident. So I don't have an opinion as to what the score will be. I'm just watching as a hopeful fan that we win the game.
Cecil, have the injuries knocked you back a little bit in terms of the confidence? Because the big injuries, it's not even like you're losing like little players here. No offense to the rest of the players, but you've lost big players, especially Saliba out as well.
Yeah, massive players. I was just on a chat with a Liverpool fan, and I spun the narrative and said, "You lot better beat us with the injuries we're missing. It's more on you. You are deemed the favourites as well in this game, but no, it is for us. It's huge, Damon. I'll be honest. Like, I haven't been able to had time to listen to Mikel's press conference just yet, but I know the images from training. There was no Saka, there was no Timber, there was no Calafiori. Yep. Obviously, we're out without Martin Odegaard, and we're without Saliba. So if all of those players are missing, boy, yeah, I was worried anyway. I was worried before even knowing those players were out, or weren't going to be in contention for the fixture on Sunday. There could be a miraculous change, and we see the 11 on Sunday. They might be in there, but from not being able to see them in the training pictures or videos, I'm nervous. I'm a bit apprehensive. I mean, I've gone to. Yeah, you'll hear my score prediction at some point in this video, and I don't know what you'll think. But
Save it.
So
not a positive one. You're normally positive, though, Cecil. I'm surprised about that. I'm surprised about that. You're normally I'm a bit hopeful.
Normally, I'm a positive fan. I am a positive fan. I am. People know me as, it's always smiley, happy, and want and expect the best when it comes to Arsenal in fixtures. But I just think it's like last season. Funny enough, we're not on a good run, and obviously the result was amazing last season. We ended up winning 3-1 at our place, and in the games build up into that, I think we lost you in the FA Cup. We lost against West Ham. We lost against Fulham. We drew against you at your place. Like, it wasn't a good run of fixtures when it comes to results. And then the bounce back was kind of the game against you guys at our place. But I haven't seen enough. I don't think I've seen enough from Arsenal this season to say that we've clicked and I can wholeheartedly with my chest out and say we'll go on and beat you. I know we're at home, but I've also questioned our home form. We've won games, but we haven't got it over the line in the right fashion. So there's a lot of question marks at this stage of the season. It's early. I think definitely the people that are missing and the injuries and suspensions are a massive part to why we haven't clicked yet. But that is football. That's the Premier League. That's how it goes. And a lot of these red cards, well, no, a lot of them being dubious. I think one of them, the Saliba one, I can say fair. Look, you got to be smarter there. But I don't think he expected to get a red card, and I didn't when he did it. I probably would have done the same. He got given a yellow card on field, so that was probably what he thought would have been the punishment. But sadly, VAR get involved, and you don't see them.
Howard Webb got involved, didn't he? Howard Webb got involved.
Howard Webb, yeah. So it's frustrating, but yeah, I'm not massively confident. I love Arsenal, follow them, and I should always back my team. And I had got cussed by some fan earlier when I was on the live chat with AGT. But I'm an Arsenal fan. It's how I feel. It's not doom and gloom. The season's not over. Regardless, it's very early. But right now, if you ask me at this stage how I think the game's going to go, I'm not confident. But yeah,
it's so funny because Arsenal fans are like, well, the Liverpool fans got every right to be confident. They're going into this top of the league, 7 wins out of 8, 100%. And I should be on here like, yeah, we should be winning this, but. If we realise, me and Basil spoke before you came on, like we spoke about us not really playing amazingly. So we haven't. we've had patches of brilliant football. We've looked good. Some of the goals we've scored are brilliant, but we've not been outstanding. I think the only game I can think of that would been outstanding for most of the game was AC Milan, where we went 1-0 down and we battered them after that. Like the Chelsea game, they dominated for most of the game. Midweek, Leipzig could have.
Leipzig, you were good.
We're good. We're good in the first half.
Good.
I say we're dominating the first half, but towards the end of the game, we were hanging on.
Yeah, I hear it. I watched that Leipzig game just to see. I thought you guys were good. I've listened all week. I've been doing previews all week, and I've bigged up Aren Slot. I don't want to come on it. Listen, I will obviously back my team at some stage, but I've been very impressed with Aren Slot. I just think the pressure after a big figures left the club is always huge. It's always massive, and most people crack underneath that pressure. I mean, I saw it with Wenger at Arsenal. I saw, when we had our interns come in, then we had Emery come in. It's just it never really clicked. The same with Sir Alex Ferguson when David Moyes came in. All those things, they always normally tend to fail. So I have to big up Arteta. And also the time the Klopp was leaving, it felt like, maybe it was just me from the outside, it felt like Liverpool were just slowly declining because they fell off towards the back end of last season. Yes, they were winning games and in the title race at one stage, but even when they were winning games, it wasn't comfortable wins. So it felt like Klopp was getting out at the right time. So for Aren Slot to come in and do what he's done, I just have to take my hat off to him. I think he surprised me and fair play, he steadied the ship a little bit. We're used to rock and roll football. We're used to just basketball matches with Liverpool. He's steadied it out. Yeah, you say, some of the games other teams could have won, but in many of the games that we've had this season and City, you look at Arsenal and City, it's not always comfortable. It's not been comfortable for both teams when they've been playing even littler sides. So, and the whole narrative was, look, he hasn't played anyone big, so calm down. Let's wait till he sees a real test. He's played Chelsea, he played in midweek against Leipzig at big clubs, and also for me as a fan, I look at the littler clubs as the problem, especially as an Arsenal fan. I see the big clubs last season, we beat the top six quite comfortably in many games, or didn't lose to them, shall we say. It was the little clubs that caught us, the Fulhams, the Aston Villas are in there, but the Fulhams, the West Hams,
Bournemouth.
And even recently, Bournemouth. So he's got over the line. He's top of the league. Fair play to him. I've got to give credit to Liverpool, and it does pay me, but Liverpool aren't really, to me, I never really hated them. Like I said, I remember, speaking on your channel before, my uncle's a Liverpool fan, but I think this Sunday we got to dig deep and really go and try and get over the line. And I actually think Arsenal can do it. I'm just, from what I've seen so far, I'm going with that. What I've seen so far, I can't really go full whole chest out. So,
it's just being honest, isn't it? It's just being honest, isn't it? You can't, I'd rather be honest. I'd rather be honest than just be deluded. If honest, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Can you win? Of course you can. Anyone can win a game of football anyway. Going against Leicester, you could probably lose. But from the show, say we need a draw, keep up the gap close. Saka and Timber will start. I want to go about on the team news actually, because we're missing some players as well. Alison Beck out till about Christmas. Jota's out. Elliott's still out. Bradley possibly back, but I don't think he'll feature. Chiesa, I don't know what's going on with Chiesa. No one knows, but I think he's been missing. Obviously, you're missing Calafiore. Tierney's missing. Saka's possibly missing. Odegaard. Saliba's missing through suspension. But the three that were missing training today, they could play. Basil, couldn't they? They could play. Is it mind games, do you think, from Arteta, or do you think, are they actually going to be missing?
No, I think it's probably mind games. I think some of them will play. I think Timber will start. I think Saka will start. I think it's definitely mind games. You don't want to kind of show your hand very early. And I think he's trying to get into the mind of Arne's kind of last minute preparation and talk for that game by not letting him know, or kind of give him the idea that, these players might not play. I think when push comes to shove, Saka will find himself starting. I think Timber will probably start. But then the Timber one is definitely an interesting case because ultimately it's about who will partner Gabriel. And so there's a question as to whether he'll put Ben White there, who hasn't played centre-back for a long time, or Timber, who can play there. I think he's a centre-back by trade. So it's an interesting one about if Timber is fit to start, who will play centre-back besides Gabriel. I don't think Ben White, for me, is the most comfortable when it comes to defending, especially one-on-ones or even concentration and awareness sometimes. So I will probably lean more to play in during Timber centre-back because he seems a lot more defensively astute than Ben White, and probably shift Ben White right back. That is probably what I will do if Ben White and Tim are available for the game. But yeah, it's definitely mind games. I had a friend say that's probably the only thing Arteta's taken from Pep, the ability to kind of just not play your hand and just say, you know, whether players are not playing or whether players are playing, to kind of throw a few managers off their game. But yeah, it's interesting. I think my biggest worry for Arsenal is definitely the defence. Kiwior, since he's and in a way I do. So I'll say two things. My biggest worry is definitely the defence. Kiwior, when he's kind of come on, hasn't looked great. Concentration hasn't been there and hasn't defended well. But I understand that because he hasn't played regularly for a long period of time, so the rhythm isn't there for him. But at the same time, I think one of my biggest issues with Arteta a little bit is his usage of the squad. I think that's where other managers kind of trump Arteta a bit in terms of they're able to utilize their squad a bit more, have a bit more faith in their squad. And when players are needed to come in and deputize, whether it's for a number of games or small amount of games, they seem confident to be able to provide a performance for their managers. Whereas Arteta doesn't utilize the squad as a whole. And sometimes when players are coming in, they're coming in cold. And I think that comes from the fact that maybe they feel the manager doesn't have full trust in them. So I'll say that's kind of one of my criticism of the manager in terms of being able to use the squad a bit more than he has in previous years, rather than having to throw them on out of desperation.
I mean, he's forced to make that move, isn't he, this time, because of the Saliba thing. You don't see that coming, do you, the Saliba situation? You know, you expect injuries, but not fucking sending off like that. And is he out for three? It's straight red, right? He's out for 3 games.
Yeah, it's only
one. No, it's one. Sorry, it's one. Only just
yeah,
because it was a lot. It was a goal score opportunity for last man.
Right, okay.
It's only this Liverpool game, but it was a straight red.
The wrong game, though,
it's not 3 games because it was a straight red.
No, it was a straight red, but there's it's so silly. There's different
that makes no sense.
There's different criterias. Like it's ridiculous. That if it's like this, it's not. Yeah, it's like dissent to the referee or like abuse or
like a bad challenge.
Bad challenge. It's a straight. It's 3 games, but there's some other ones that aren't. Which I think is mad in itself because it wasn't. I just think you could red card him, send him off for that game because that's killed the game, but then don't give him a match ban. I don't know. There's if there's different criteria, I think they need to be able to. There should be ones where you get a red card, you missed a game, but you don't miss one game. There should be different, like miss 1 game, miss 3 games, or don't miss a game at all. But you got your punishment there and then because it was quite a. I don't know. It was a questionable red card by some people.
It was dubious. The thing is, I didn't have a problem with the decision. I thought, like I said, it's a subjective decision.
Yeah.
Personally, if it was me, I give it as a yellow card because, as I said, I think the distance won, and I think Ben White is in a position where he can cover because I said, even if the striker gets the ball, he has to bring the ball close. He has to kind of bring it to the left of him to get closer to goal. Ben White will be coming across to him, so Ben White's there to cover. So then my issue isn't whether, even if the ref gave a red at his initial decision, I can accept that. My only biggest issue is that VAR got involved, and obviously their criteria is that we're not going to re-referee the game and the thresholds they're discussing. And that wasn't a clear and obvious error. My issue is more VAR intervening and saying it's a clear and obvious error, rather than actually it being a red card. Because like I said, it could go either way. I would give it a yellow, but I'm not mad if another referee decides his initial decision is a red card because it's one of those decisions.
Yeah.
It was the fact that VAR decided to intervene and say, oh, that's an error. And I was like, it's not a clear and obvious error.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous.
It's come at the wrong time, hasn't it? Because obviously it's the biggest game, one of the biggest games of the season. It's Liverpool. Yeah. If it's a week after, it'd have been banned from the Cup because the Cup midweek in it next week. So it's just one of them things. Thomas Shed says, does Curtis Jones keep his place ahead of McAllister? I think he should keep his place, but not ahead of McAllister. Because I think Aren Slot said it midweek. They asked him, why is McAllister back in? He said, well, he's not ill anymore. And he's the best, he's our best midfielder, so he's going to put him back in. Curtis Jones, I think, should be playing over Szoboszlai. And maybe push him into the 10 or put in McAllister a little bit further up and have Gravenberch as Jones as the middle 2. Because Szoboszlai is the one that's not picking up trees right now. The other 2, Gravenberch and McAllister, are. And deserve to start the well. But the way Jones played against Chelsea, for me, he sort of played himself into a position. Absolutely. And I was surprised that he would drop midweek because it's such a. I know it was a straight after, but Curtis Jones hasn't been playing all season, so it shouldn't be like he's not match fit and he's tired. Yeah. That's his first game, proper game. So, what do you believe going into Sunday will be the biggest moment for you, Cecil? Would it be Saka there or a Timber being fit? Because I'm thinking about the drop off from Saliba.
For me, that's a good question. I didn't even consider that which one I would prefer to be available. Listen, I half kind of know that Saka will be available. I mean, I did this all week last week. I said he's going to be available because I got told by someone who's a very reliable source. But he didn't play all week, and I was like, "What the hell?" So maybe I was lied to, but I don't think I was. I think he is the guy I trust. So I think he will be available, and we need him because what he brings going forward. However, Timber is important to me. I know I haven't given a solid answer yet, but Timber's important to me because you're right. Does he play centre back or does he play either right back? But there's a question on it's who defends against Salah. That's my fear right now. Because Calafiori is a good player and he brings a lot to the team, but defending against Salah is a whole nother thing. Zinchenko's a good player going forward, getting on the ball. But when he met Salah, we know what happened. So it's like, and then Robbie, because me and Robbie were discussing about the centre-back pair, and he said Gabriel and Calafiori and partnership. I was like, but they're both left-footed, and Arteta never does that. He goes, yeah, but we need to stop Salah, and I'll put Timber there. I think Timber's the only person I'd want to defend against Salah is Timber. So I'm like, hey, who's more important, Timber or Saka? I mean, first thing is stopping Salah, but then going forward, can I rely on my attackers to get the goals as long as we can shut out your team? Right now, yeah. I'm gonna say, if I say Timber, it's mad, you know.
It is mad, isn't it? Because it's Saka, Saka, isn't it? But I'm just thinking of the drop off from Saliba and the way Salah's playing at the moment as well.
It's mad if I say Timber. It just depends. Listen, if Timber's gonna play left back and defend against Salah, I want to say Timber. If he's not playing left back and he puts Calafiori in there, which I'm going to be okay with anyway, because it is what it is. You can't really do anything. I think that's the second best option. And Calafiori plays against Timber, then I'd say Saka. I know this is a very political answer. I'd say Saka because I've seen without Saka, we just seem to have a drop off. But it annoys me because I hate when teams have to rely on one player. It really frustrates me. But yeah, I'm going to go. Yeah, like I said, Saka. Saka.
You changed your mind about 4 or 5 times already.
It's a mad thing. Normally, I'm prepared. I've done so much content this week. I thought I've had every question thrown at me. That one I hadn't. But yeah, I'm gonna say Saka. But if Timber's defending against Salah, Timber. Political, but we will go with it. There we go.
I get it.
I changed my mind. You know, I was gonna say Saka first, but then one thing I do realize about Calafiori, he's very good. But one thing I realized, he's not the quickest because I've seen players actually run past him. I realize, he's not catching them, and because Salah's quite quick, I think Timber's probably more important because I don't want if Calafiori's there, I wouldn't want Salah getting a yard on him because he's not going to catch him. Whereas I think Timber's quick enough and also strong enough to actually get back and affect him. So I think Timber's probably more important to have.
Yeah.
For that reason.
See? It's a big reason. It's a big reason.
Initially, I had Saka until you mentioned it, and I realized, no, but Salah's a danger. Because I kind of forgot
Salah, bro. Yeah, it's Salah. You need to remember there's no Jota, so we're calm. It's Salah. And listen, I was saying this, watch Nunes do a madness or whatever, but I'm telling you, Salah's the one. You stop him. You got a good team. I'm not Graven Birch. Everyone's playing really well, but when it comes to it, the main threat, is Mohamed Salah. So if you got Timber there, and Timber's for me is the only one I can go head to head with him. So that's why it's important. But I suppose who scores the goals for Arsenal? We can score goals from anywhere, but Saka is a big part to even get an assist or a goal. So yeah, it's tough. That's a good one. Good question there. I'll give you that. Good one.
I don't care what who's asked you questions all week. I've got different questions. I don't know what they've asked you, but that's just what I was thinking anyway.
It was a good one. It was a good one.
It's a good. I think it is a debate to have because like the drop off from Saliba is massive. It's absolutely the Saliba ones. I think Saliba's one. I think it's a bigger miss than Saka and Odegaard. If I'm perfectly honest, just because of that defense and what our attack brings. That defense, if I'm honest, I don't like playing Arsenal, so I know how stubborn they are. But without Saliba there, it's a big drop off to whoever takes over. So, as an opposition fan to Arsenal, I'm looking at where do we attack this weekend, and I am looking at that Salah side. The way Salah's playing right now, it seems like he's gone to another level again. I don't know what is going on with him, but he's had more assists to his game. He's had more creativity to his game. His outside of foot passes at the moment are just something else. The vision he's got right now if he had this vision like a few years ago, it'd been like Ballon d'Or worthy, if that makes sense. But what do you see as our go-to at Basel? Where would you see our weaknesses right now, and where would you target if you was Arteta?
It's an interesting one. Funny enough, I think it's your left back position, and I say this speaking with one of my friends who supports Liverpool, and that's his biggest worry. Like he says Robinson just is not the same player that he was. No. Tsimikas, he doesn't really have faith in him. So he says if we're going to target him, and obviously now it goes back to the question you asked earlier, who's the most important? Because then it's like if your left back's an issue, then
exactly, yeah. You're gonna change your mind again now. You're gonna change your mind again now, aren't you?
So that's the issue. But yeah, he said left back. And funny enough, he did highlight this. He said one thing. He said Konate is a good defender, has great attributes, but he says his concentration is the biggest worry for him and my Liverpool friend, because he says there's times he does things and you have no idea why he does it, or times he's not concentrating. You can kind of get a yard on him or cause a mistake out of him. So he says that if you're going to attack someone, Konate is probably one, but Konate, when he plays us, seems to be an ultimate beast. I mean, his physicality whenever he's played Arsenal is just ridiculous. Whether it's Havertz, whether it's Jesus he's played against, they just have no joy or luck against him whatsoever. So obviously him and Van Dijk are centre-back. We know they're going to have a good game. But I think left-back is probably the area to target. Maybe explode him right back a bit if Trent is moving forward. But at the same, so I think it's your full-back position is where we can gather the most joy. But at the same time, our wingers have to be on it, because sometimes our wingers in that final third can be found wanting in terms of that final ball or that final shot. So they really need to make sure that they are very clinical, whoever it is playing out wide, because it could be a game of few opportunities and you need to take those opportunities.
The way I saw the Leipzig game, the way we defended, I think we defended worse coming inside. I know you talk about the wingers and Trent being out of position and whatever, and Robertson's not playing well and attacking these wide areas. But I think the way they flooded Van Dijk and Konate was a big problem when they come inside. They've like Xavi Simons coming inside. They had Pender and Cecil up front making runs in behind. Once them two wingers came in, the strikers got in behind quite easily.
I think that's a big difference, Damon, because I think and it's one of a criticism I do have about Arsenal and how we set up sometimes, which sometimes frustrates me. We have a lot of quick players, and sometimes our players don't make enough runs in behind players. We kind of want to come to the ball, play intricate, and then obviously in the final third. And I think that's one thing Leipzig did against you in terms of there was runners. Sometimes we don't always have enough runners in behind to play that quick ball. And I think that's probably where you kind of can have joy against us in terms of our wide men want the ball and want to drive with the ball. But sometimes the way we set up, there's not enough runs in behind the defenders often. And I think it's a frustration with me sometimes with Arsenal, because we have quick enough players where we can utilize that on a more frequent basis than we do sometimes.
Going on the other side though, Cecil, you're going into the Arsenal dressing room, you're speaking to Arteta. If you were Arteta, what are you worried about the most about Arsenal? This is the sleeper drop off is massive, but the way like Gravenberch is playing at the moment, do you worry about the way he's driving forward, or is that okay with Rice and Partey there? Or
yeah, I think if Rice and Partey are there, I think they can handle that personally. Even though Gravenberch is in a good run of form, vein of form, I don't think Arteta goes in worrying too much about Gravenberch. I think he's done enough with those two to be able to deal with that. I mean, I think some people, not that they won't forget, but people don't realise, against City, we went bar to bar with them, like toe to toe, and they have a superior midfield. They had a great midfield. So, and Arsenal dealt with that. We actually ended up winning. Ended up winning before we obviously got the red card, and then obviously we drew the game. But we were going toe to toe with, some would say, one of the best teams in the world. So I think we're all right to handle Gravenberch. Gravenberch isn't really the worry. I think again it's always going to be Mohamed Salah, because he's a quality player. So he's up there. And
what about your attack though? What about your attack? You're attacking really. You haven't got a proper striker, have you? I bet that's frustrating. Not a proper striker.
Yeah, for Arsenal's concerns of what they're going to be, thinking about and ways to kind of, target Liverpool. I think we've got to get our attack firing. I think they need to get a bit more confidence. I think Arteta speaks to Martinelli and says, look, against Liverpool, you always have a good game. You always, we know how good Trent can be, but target that side, run at him. You know, we know how much Klopp loved Martinelli when he was here, so we know that he tends to cause that flank issue. So got to get Martinelli on side, make sure the players are confident. Like you said, I think Havertz, I think set pieces could be granted. You've got quite a tall side, but we are very good at set pieces. I think we're probably using that as a tactic as well come Sunday. And yeah, I think a lot of players have, if I was the manager, I'd be saying, you got a lot to prove. Like, we've got a lot of players out, but come and take a shirt. Like, that's all I've wanted to see. Like, start the game fast. You're at the Emirates. You owe the fans a response from Bournemouth. And then I even think, listen, I know we won the midweek game against Shakhtar's Nest, but you owe them a reaction. You owe them a response. Start fast and try and get hold of that shirt. Try and keep it. Go in there and prove to everyone that, you know, we're Arsenal. We're coming again for that title. We're going to challenge for it. We're going for it. And you can't be losing games like this. You can't be losing back-to-back games like this. So yeah, I think that's what you'll be kind of saying. I think the attack is definitely important, but I don't know right now who's going to be. I'm so not in the know of who's going to be on the field. It's hard to really gauge who to really say this player needs to do this player needs to do that, because I don't know what the starting 11 is going to be at this stage. But yes, it's an important game, and I think Arteta will be able to get them up for it, because I haven't seen them up for it for a few weeks. So let's hope they are.
He did last year. That he was up for it against last year. Absolutely.
And yeah, the Emirates were rocking. Yeah. People felt the size of that game. It was a seismic game. They felt it, and I know from the people that are there, they said we were ready from the get-go, and so were the team. So yeah, that's what I'm praying. I'm going against the team first, so I can be. I don't want to jinx the man. I'm trying to just put some, you know what I mean? Because it sounds like I get too excited, too over the top, and then we end up losing, and I get clipped and all that. So right now,
yeah, I'm waiting for them clips on Sunday. I'm waiting for those clips on Sunday.
I'm going with a different method. No, I don't think. Listen, we're not good right now.
I might have the watch along on the side on the laptop whilst watching the game on the side. I might do.
You might have me melting down on there, but it is what it is. Yeah.
But you just won there a back-to-back loss. You can't have back-to-back losses. You're now 4 points behind us. 3 points behind. Is it 3 points behind City now?
Yeah, it's 3 behind City.
Back-to-back losses, Cecil, on Monday.
If
is it good?
Hey, I can clip you know.
This is no guess. This is no guess. Right. Imagine it back-to-back losses. Sunday morning, Monday morning. How are you feeling about the season? Is it going to be hard to claw back? Is it too much? You need to, like we just said, that you need to bounce back quickly off that Bournemouth loss. Quickly.
Yeah.
And it's the perfect game to bounce back on.
It would be, but I think, right, I've learned the lesson. I printed a t-shirt at Christmas. The season's not over. It's over.
I ain't mentioned anything.
I know. And obviously, sorry everyone, because I know everyone listen, imagine how much heat I got. Everyone got a lot of heat. I get it.
You know what, Cecil, I've seen that clip too.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. That thing went, I didn't want it to go as far as it went, but it went everywhere. But for me, on that, I'm aware that the season's not over in October, November, December. Don't get me wrong. We could come to the end of May and I'll be like, look, this is where we lost it. But there's no way. I'm a fan, bro. I've watched this week in, week out. There's no way if we lose the game and we've done back-to-back losses, I say, well, that's it. Season done. Because what's the point? What's the point? There'll be no point in me going to the games, going to buying into the team. And yeah, I just feel it's not over. It's not over, even if we lose. And same with you guys. Like if we beat you guys and you lose next week,
it's not bad.
It's not over.
Yeah, it's not in the world. Yeah.
It's full of twists and turns. There's a lot to happen throughout the season. So it's gonna hurt though. Don't get me. You're gonna see me, and there may be some content where I say, "Hey, brother, we're not gonna do it," but I don't mean it. That's emotion.
It really is.
Yeah. Right now I have clarity because it hasn't happened. So right now I have clarity. This is the wiser Cecil saying, Cecil, we've been here. Listen, we've been here before. Even that run I said to you before we played you last season, I think, like I said, we lost to West Ham and Fulham, and we drew to you at your place. So that's not a winning three. And I know we didn't win the league, granted, fair, but we lost by 2 points. One of those makes us win the title. So I can't say it's over, but that's clarity. You may hear me say after, but
I know exactly how you feel. That heat at the moment, that emotions. You need to sleep, don't you? You just need to sleep. Sleep it off. That's all you need. And then you might, yeah. But I mean, football changes just like that. I mean, last week, one of your guys was saying you're going to go invincible, so and things change like that, don't they? So
fan base, we don't all agree with the fan base. Big fan base. There's a lot of people that we don't agree with, and there's a lot of people.
Was you in the studio when he said that though? That day was he? I don't think he was, were you?
And I said,
Yeah.
but here we are. You
brought it on yourself. He brought it on himself, didn't it? Like, it literally is the football gods. That's what happened that weekend, and he literally lost the game straight away. Pretty much straight away.
You learn lessons. You learn lessons quick. The Christmas thing, I would never do again because
no.
But I wasn't even. Do you know what? I can't bother to go back for it. It wasn't even saying we're going to win the league. I said that in a clip. I said I know City are going to win the league, but I'm printing this for the month because we're top. Anyway, but that doesn't matter. The internet.
I need to see you 5 points clear at Christmas, right? And see if you won't do it again.
I mean,
he'll definitely do it again.
Because you'd be tempted. I know for a fact you'd be tempted.
I may print a T-shirt, but it will not be going online.
Well, then pajama T-shirt that you just wear at home. That's it.
Exactly.
Just a home T-shirt. All right. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Just don't get pictured in it. That's what I'm saying to you. Right before we go into predictions, Basil.
Yeah.
Combined. Let's do a little combined 11. Because right now, Arsenal Liverpool is probably the best time to pick a combined level in terms of the debate on it. It's like when we had a time.
Is that with injured players or just players who we think we're going to?
Let's just pick everyone. Let's pick anyone, right?
Yeah.
Let's pick anyone right now because maybe on form as well. Maybe use form as well. Because I'm thinking like a couple of years ago when you was poor, before Arteta came in and started building you up, you were poor. You know, it would have been all Liverpool players. Back in 2000, it would have been all Arsenal players. Right now, it's probably the perfect time to have a mix, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with Basil. Basil, I'm going to start with you. You can start with the keeper. You can include injured players because
I'm
going
to go Alisson. Right. I think Alisson's one of the top goalkeepers just in world football in general. And even before his injury, he was making a lot of key, crucial saves. And I think, like I said, even over the years, I think he's shown himself just through reputation to be better. I mean, Raya's now at their stage where he's now playing for a top club, so he can kind of show strides, but Alisson's been doing it for a long period and even hasn't been bad this season in the very few games he has played and made some good saves. So I'm going Alisson.
Cecil, do you want to do... I might give you the attack. I'm going to give you the attack. And me and Basil will agree or disagree with it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give you the attack. I know you've been big on our attack all the stream so far.
Yeah.
Bro, listen.
You know you're getting Saka or Salah, you see. This is the thing.
Well, no, this is why I don't want to do this. I was sat in the studio when we did it with AFTV. I bought Akinfenwa there and I was just like, I'm glad
that was heated.
Crazy. But I'm glad what Robbie said because he said and I'm the same. Saka has to be in the squad, but Salah has to be in the he has to be there, but Saka has to be there. So I don't know how we do this.
So he could piggyback Saka around, can't he? He could piggyback Saka around.
I don't listen. Salah is don't get me wrong. Salah is better than Saka, and I get that. But Saka has to be in the squad. So for the attack, I don't know how we do this. I put Salah on the right. Cool. Or do I put him up top?
You sound like Gareth Southgate.
Bro.
You sound like you got your players right. You just don't know where to play them.
I don't mind what the attack is as long as Saka's in there. That's me. So I don't mind if it goes Salah up front, Saka on the right. And you can have Diaz if you want. I think Martinelli, it depends what we're going for. If we're going for on form, you put Diaz in there anyway. Overall, as a player,
I still put Diaz.
Yeah, Diaz is still a good player. But I just think that season that Martinelli got when he hit the 16 goals, it's a big one. And so it's hard. And I know Diaz hasn't done that yet, but he's in great form and he's a great player. I don't think there's much in it. I think you're right. I still think you can go Diaz. There's not much in it, though, for me. On form, there is a lot in it.
I'm going to use this, so I'm going to get you to say Salah over Saka. I'm going to get you to decide There's no wiggle room.
I need Saka in this. So he has to go somewhere. We can put Saka on the left. I'll make it
could be a cheerleader.
What are you going to do? Change the rules and say let's have 12 players now.
We are doing this. I will stand on this. I will argue. I will go way past the hour mark.
Hey, you chose Timber over him earlier.
Oh yeah, I know. That's context. That's because Salah is
I get it.
a dangerous player. Salah's better than Saka, but I have to put Saka in his team because
I get it.
He's better than every other player in that Liverpool front three, and Arsenal as well.
Yeah.
So we can put him on the left because he's versatile. He's played left wing back. He can play left. I don't mind that. Salah can go on the right. Jota. I don't know if we're doing everyone's fit. Jota for me.
Put Jota in there if you want to put Jota in there. Yeah.
I'll take Jota all day. And listen, people are gonna say Havertz and all that, and they'll argue he's all right, he's done. But Havertz, I'll be honest, he's good. I'm not gonna disrespect him, but I still need more.
Yeah. He's not a striker. He's not a proper striker. Though, is he been asked to do a strike as well when he shouldn't be asked to do a strike? No. Does that make sense?
Well, he was supposed to be a midfielder and he wasn't doing good. He's been good up front, got found form. But I'm glad Basil agreed because I think some of the fan base have gone
too far,
so overboard, like with Kai Havertz. Like
Arsenal fans go too far, and I've never seen that before in my whole life. I've never seen that before in my whole life.
I may be one of them at times, but I just think Havertz he's a good player, he's doing well, but I just think some of the fans they've gone because he was so doubted when he arrived and stuff. They just go so extreme the other way when he just shows a little bit.
We've had this conversation before, haven't we, Cecil? We had this conversation before.
We have, and I get heat for it. People say stop criticizing Havertz, like back him. Look, I'm like, brother, he's the highest paid player, and he was 65 million. Granted, he's doing well, but come on, we haven't won anything yet. Like you're on 275 grand a week. Bro, like, do you know what the players or strikers for other clubs that are on that sort of money are doing for their? Don't get me started. But big up him right now.
Thank you very much. I'm with you. It's a battle with that one because I'm not his biggest fan, but like I can appreciate what he brings to the team. But as a striker, he doesn't do enough because he needs a supporting act. I don't think he has the ruthlessness of the striker or some of the quality. And that comes from the fact that he's not a striker. He's deputizing in a position. So I'm like, I have to accept it for what it is. But I guess the way Arteta wants is he wants him to kind of bring other players in, take a few chances here, or people lay on the plate for him and he puts in the back in there.
He wants to be like, that's just trying to get him like Firmino, basically, isn't it?
Exactly.
Firmino wasn't really the striker to score your goals, but he was the system.
There you go. So, but the things I've always said, my biggest issue is that in those key games, and I go back to like the key games we had last season, the second leg against Bayern, the Aston Villa game, in those games that matters, sometimes you need a strike in those fine moments where you maybe are going to get one or two chances, they're going to be the difference. And Haaland, I go back to last season, City, there was in that final maybe 10, 12 games, there was a few games where City only scraped victories. I remember Nottingham Forest, that game. Nottingham Forest were the better team, didn't take their chances. Haaland gets an opportunity. You see how that settles everyone. Scores a goal, settles everyone. Yeah. And you have those moments where certain clubs have those strikers where they get out of jail card, where when the going's a bit tough, you give them an opportunity, they have the quality to put it in the back of their net. We kind of don't have that. So when it's a bit tight for us, we're looking like, oh, where's the goal going to come from? and that's the kind of thing that I have an issue with Havertz, but I do appreciate for what he does. Yeah. But I don't go as far as where some Arsenal fans go when talking about Havertz. We still need, as Cecil said, we need a bit more. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, if the praise is that high, then the backlash is going to be that high. We had that conversation about it. It's funny, really, Cecil. Actually, literally had that conversation before. So I'm talking about Arteta, wasn't I? I said if you're putting Arteta in the realms of Klopp and saying like, oh, as good as Klopp, look at this compared to Klopp, then expect the backlash back when it goes wrong. Yeah, to be as extreme.
Yeah, but it's also the fact that I think people, they want to be proven right as well. So there was a load of people that were like backing Havertz when they came in, and then when he was bad, they were quiet. But as soon as he's good, now they want to really exert that. I told you you'd be this guy, and he's so good. It's just like, whoa, it's the same with I kind of maybe Darwin Núñez a little bit. I think when he came to Liverpool, there was high expectations, and then he didn't hit the heights, and people questioned him. Obviously, he took off his you guys off his social media and stuff and all that. But now
he's threw a couple of chairs, yeah,
exactly. Got a bit annoyed, but now he's not to the level yet, but he's scoring goals. He scored the other day. I think when he starts hitting good, you're going to hear the other side that are like, I told you.
Yeah.
Whoa, just slow down, and people don't. Go on.
You make a very good point, and I'm one of those people saying I will always have an opinion on something. But people, as I said, people need to have the humility. There's times I've been wrong about players, and I'll go back to people and say, you know what? I was completely wrong. That player's proved me right. Or maybe if I thought a player was good, and I'll go back, you know what? maybe it's not as good as I thought it was. And as I said, that's the issue fans don't have in terms of if you're proven, if you make the wrong, because everything's based upon assumptions at first, and then obviously you kind of see how things develop. And at some point, you're either proven right or proven wrong. And sometimes people don't want to be proven wrong.
Exactly.
I've grown up over time where it's like, if I'm proven, I'll come and say, you know what? Like, for instance, even Saka first person, I didn't think it was as good. But then obviously over time, I go back and say to my friends, you know what? Guys, he's a quality player.
Yeah.
I have no choice but to change my opinion because you kind of see the evidence. And you, like I said, you make a valid point, as you said, where people kind of just want to be proven right, 100%. Even when they're wrong.
I deal with that. I deal with that week in, week out.
And they wait for the right time as well. They only wait for the right time. They only come out of the closet when it's time. When it suits their agenda and suits their narrative.
It's crazy. Like, and we spoke about Arteta the other day. Like, even me, like, I've never really said Arteta out, but I've definitely questioned him at times. But now I'm like, brother, you've got credit in the bank. You got like, I was wrong. You're a good manager. Obviously, I still want you to get over the line, but you're a good manager. I can say at the time when I've questioned you on certain things, I was wrong. So people don't do that. So I don't know what it is.
So same as you. So obviously on your show, you've got like Jordan on the show too. So obviously, I'm friends with Jordan. And same. So even when he was doing his pod, I was on his pod earlier when he was doing his pod a few years ago. And when Arteta was in, I was not Arteta. I was definitely not having it as Arteta. And same, I go back to it. I said, you know what, Jordan, I was wrong. After a while, I said, you know what, after time, I was wrong. And he would always get on to me about that, to be honest.
No, it's good. It's good. I like speaking to fans like that because some you can just see they're waiting for the wheels to fall off. I'm like, or they're waiting for something to blow and then they go really over. It's like, come on, guys.
But it's about being open-minded, isn't it? I think there's a lot of closed-minded people that just have one narrative, one agenda, and they'll push that until to the day they die. You know what I'm saying? So, but 100%. Keep open-minded, then you can criticize when they've done wrong, or you can praise when you've done right. It's that easy. Just be open-minded about things. Right, midfield, boys. I'm gonna let you pick one midfield of each, and I'll pick a midfielder. So we've got midfield three.
We got a good midfield, you know. So what are you trying to put into the mix here?
That's an interesting.
We're going off form. I hear but what are you? And I hate you're gonna say Gravenberch, McAllister, like maybe, but I'm like Declan Rice is a definite in. Bam.
That's your guy. So you got one guy each. So
okay. No. If everyone's fit, actually, I'll be smart here. Are we doing everyone's fit? Yeah.
You can do it.
No. I was gonna do that, but if we've got one each, Basil, I'm gonna give you the assist. I'm gonna go Declan Rice. You know the next person has to be.
Odegaard has to be.
There we go.
Odegaard has to be.
So Damon, there's no way you're getting two in the midfield if everyone's.
So you're asking me to pick now.
We're not having two Liverpool midfielders in there. Definitely not.
See, McAllister and Gravenberch. You know, I can accept that. I'll accept it though. Because I do believe that Odegaard and Rice would probably get in the mix. But then it's fucking McAllister though. McAllister is fucking class. But he doesn't play that 10, does he? So, and I've got to get Rice. You've got to get Rice in there.
Have to get
Rice. Damon, do you know? I think McAllister will complement Rice very well because obviously, if you kind of want to leave,
but I can't not put Gravenberch in the way he's playing right now, as well.
But you
right now he's the best midfielder in the league in terms of form.
I know it's right now though, but listen, I'm not saying it stays like this, but McAllister I think he's more of a like you said, he complement Declan Rice. That's legs in that midfield. I think he's more of a complete player. Gravenberch is a.
I'm hearing it.
Yeah, I hate to do. He's the right now player because I did this with Cole Palmer. That didn't go too late. I did it on sport, but I was like, he had one good season. Let's see if he continues it. He fucking has. But Gravenberch, you don't know. It might. He probably will continue, but you don't know. McAllister for me is more of a.
I love like McAllister's left half at body and like Gravenberch's right half at body. So I need. It's a bit like the Saka Salah thing where you have it. Well, it shouldn't be like Saka Salah because Salah's clear, but you know what I'm saying? Like both of them. He knows he's clear.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything.
He's clear. He's not going to use that word.
It hurts here, okay? You got to understand. It's gonna hurt. That's my star boy, but yeah, big up.
Right, I'm gonna go Gravenberch.
Wow.
I'm gonna go Gravenberch because I just think.
Wow.
The way he's playing right. Gravenberch is playing right now. It's playing a little bit like Thiago Alcantara did, where the turn on the way it turns with the half ball and the confidence on the ball, and it's so press resistant. And I think he can do a little bit more in terms of the whole pitch than McAllister can, and McAllister can cover the whole pitch. But yeah, I'll to grab only just like I'm not even talking inches here. I'm talking like millimeters of choosing here. Right, defense, boys. We know Trent's going to go right, and Calafiori left.
Wait. We know Trent's going to go right. Hold on.
We know Trent's going to go right. Right. Oh, come on, Cecil, then. Oh, come on, then.
No,
Come on,
what?
let's have this.
I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy.
We know Trent's going to go right. Right, okay.
But
left, I agree. Like the Arsenal left back is going to be left because the way Robbo's playing right now, I can't.
Yeah, he's not done, but he's not the same player. Listen, he's had his time. He'll go down as one of the best in the Premier League era left back. So fair play to him. But I think we go.
I go Timber.
Yeah, Timber.
I'm happy to concede any. Apart from Zinchenko, that's the only one I'm not conceding to. I'd rather
Timber
with no legs than Zinchenko.
I go Saliba and Van Dijk.
Yeah, Saliba. It has to be.
Yeah, that was going to be. That's the big one. Isn't it? It's like Gabriel Canate can put up the numbers, and I think Gabriel.
You could argue
this conversation before.
You can argue it. I'm not going to. Let's make that clear. But you can argue because the goals he scores, he had started the season well. You can argue. You can
argue him or Saliba. Yeah.
But Virgil is Virgil.
That's not. There's no movement on that. There's no movement on that.
Yeah. Virgil and Saliba. If those two ever partnered in any, and obviously it's just a shame, obviously the age of Virgil, because those two, if they ever play together in a game, it's just ridiculous. Like I say, you have the coolness of both of them. Yeah. The calmness, just the ability to defend and just know where people are, recoveries from both of them. I mean, yeah, those two as defenders are just, I have honestly, I don't have enough words to even compliment how good both of them are as defenders.
Damon, just know though, yeah, if I played this team and had a really good team, I'll be targeting Trent's side. So I'm just showing that's where the win is. Then you know.
All you want.
I know how good he is.
All you want.
And you know. The whole back line, I'm going. If I'm playing, I'm going down that side.
Chelsea tried it.
Chelsea
tried it, and it didn't work.
Fair.
Trent last weekend, Chelsea was probably the best defensive display he's had this season.
He done well. And I saw the stat. Yeah, he done well.
And he didn't do all attacking wise. He didn't do all attacking wise. He was just all defending last week at Chelsea. So he can do. I'm not having this. He can't defend. I've seen Robbie talking about it. I've seen Robbie talking about it this week.
He can defend, but I'm letting you know, if I was playing out of all the defenders where I'm targeting, because you can't get through. You're not getting through Timber, Saliba, and Van Dijk. I'm going to Trent, but that just shows the levels. But he's still a very good player. I'm just letting you know.
I don't think if this team will combine, I don't think the team will get the ball team target anyway. So I'll have that. I like that. There's no target thing going on.
I wanted to just test the fire, test the waters. Cool.
Target Trent or target Timber?
I'm telling you.
Timber.
Well, if he plays tomorrow, on Sunday. Sorry, he's a beast. Brother, I promise.
I do like Timber. I like his versatility as well.
He's an animal. I've seen. Yeah. Anyway, Bowser Wood as well. I'm just. His defensively,
he's incredible. Honestly, he's potential as to where he can go. He's like at the moment you see he's very comfortable on the ball defensively. He's very, very good. And I said, the aggression that's there, and it's a good controlled aggression. Because what I hate from certain defenders or players where the aggression's out of control, so they'll just ram into players or just close a player without a fault. Where his aggression, it's very much controlled, and even going forward, very good going forward too. But like I said, maybe people don't watch him enough. But as the season goes, you'll start to see just how, as Cecil said, how much of a beast Timber actually is. It's just a shame we didn't have him last season.
Yeah, it was.
Instead of score prediction, though, boys, I just want a simple prediction. Just do you think you win? Do you think you draw? Do you think you lose? But would you accept a draw? I want to ask this question as well, though, Cecil. I want to ask this question as well. Would you accept a draw depending on your performance?
The thing is, my score prediction. I know you don't want to hit. You want a simple. I actually predicted 1-0 to Liverpool. Yeah. But I don't want to say, it's mad. I can say that, but I don't want to say lose. I say, if you said win, lose, or draw, I want to say draw. But I predict it. Doesn't make no sense.
Right, that's it. He predicted loss. He said loss. He's basically said loss, hasn't he?
Yeah, but I don't want to say that. I don't
want
to say, I think you guys will win 1-0, but I don't want to say we'll lose the game, but we will maybe. I don't know. Anyway, But yeah, it's a pain, man. It's a pain. But yeah.
So that's a 1-0 loss then, Cecil, yeah? 1-0 loss.
1-0 to you guys.
Loss.
Let's hope
1-0 loss. Right, okay.
the spirits and the jinx, hopefully they hear me and say, do you know what? We got something for you, Cecil. Arteta says they'll be flying on Sunday. Let's just hope the Arsenal boys are. And then, yeah. But that's
I can't wait for that watch along on Sunday night. I can't wait for that watch along. So
I'm dreading it. I'm actually dreading it. I'm dreading it.
If you lose, if you lose, you're doing interviews after. I need you to say we lost this game and I predicted this. I need you to admit that you was right.
There's no way I'll do that. I'll say we lost the game. I won't say I can't go on just say, yeah, I knew, bro. That's like putting a knife and then twisting it. There's no point in me doing that. No way. People think bro, I'm dreading.
I told you this was gonna happen. This is what I need to hear that. Those out your mouth. I told you this was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. I said it was gonna happen on Friday. I knew it. I said the loss. Basil, win, loss, or draw.
Come on, Basil. More confidence than me. Come on.
Nah, it's painful. I don't want to be on the same. I don't want to be in the same boat as Cecil. Literally, I want to get off the same train he's on.
Yeah, sorry, I'm never like this. I'm
on the same train. I think we're gonna lose 2-1.
Oh,
and I hope I'm proven wrong.
We're in the same place.
You know what?
Shit.
Honestly.
All right, Damon, go on, bro.
The only reason why is because of our recent form.
Right.
If it wasn't for the last two matches, and here's the thing, I can forgive the weekend because down to 10 men. But if it wasn't for them, the midweek performance we had, I would have been a bit more optimistic. I'm just like, honestly, because Shakhtar had nothing. Literally, they had nothing for us, but they still caused us problems, and we didn't look good. And now I was like, we've got Liverpool next, and this is so because of that, that's the reason why.
And we might have more players out than we had against Shakhtar. We might have more people, bro. And then fans will tell me, be positive, bro. What? It doesn't. Anyway, we'll just listen. Sunday.
So 2 Liverpool wins so far. 2 Liverpool wins.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
2 Liverpool wins predicted. We ain't got the Liverpool fan yet. This is
what you saying? Incredible. Damon, go on. What are you saying?
Incredible. You know what? I'm a bit like you guys. I'd rather be realistic than deluded and biased and things. I'm predicting straight up right now. If I was saying it's definitely going to be this, I'm going to say draw.
I was expecting you to say 2-0 Arsenal, but yeah, I'll take the draw.
Because I think it's going to be more a tactical game. I'm not that stupid. I don't think you play that well to beat us.
No, it will be. And just quickly, when we had Akinfenwa and Drifty in the studio, they both weren't confident as well, which I think it blows my mind. But they were like, "Listen, you can't underestimate Arsenal." Whatever. And I hear that. I do hear that, but I don't know. Maybe
we're not playing, like I said before. We're not actually playing amazingly. I don't know what. I need to watch that really. Akinfenwa and Drifty going in because did they say we're playing amazing? I don't think we're playing amazing. Do
you know what? I don't know if they mentioned how you're playing, but our preview's just gone out. It's a cracker. Me, James, and Turkish. It's funny. Just let me tell you, it's funny. Long story short, I do funny intros. We're gonna see it anyway. But Turkish said what you just said there. He goes, I was giving Aren Slot so much praise. He goes, bro, they're not playing as well as you think. Like if you wanted it, and that might be from what he's heard. He's watched you guys, or he's heard from Grizzy, who's obviously what follows Liverpool as well. But from what I've seen, and I do watch Liverpool, I just think I'm more. Because I didn't expect it, I'm more big in Aren Slot for what he's done. Maybe you're right. Maybe they're not playing that great, but you say that, but we aren't either.
Yeah. So exactly. That's why I think it's going to be a draw. That's why I think it's going to be a proper close tactical game. I don't think either manager want to lose. It's going to get to the point where 70th minute and you're like 1-1 and something like that. And you're like, do you go for it or not? And I think Aren Slot and Arteta, them kind of managers like, no, we're not losing this. No, shut up shop, because Slot's been shutting up shop a lot recently. Like we did against Leipzig, we went 1-0 up in the second half. We're just hanging on in the end. Keller made a couple of good saves.
But that's a professional performance.
It is a professional performance, and that's what I see on Sunday. Yeah,
that's like when we played PSG at home. Like we got the 2 goals. And we said we probably could have went on and tried to make it a more of a fun game, exciting, go and get more. But Arteta, you could see he was taking off, making subs. He was like, this is to see out the game, save it. And I could see from the players, they were like, just hold out. We're good. Move on. Game on the weekend. And obviously, I think every Arsenal fan, especially I was speaking to James, we all want that this Sunday. But this game just doesn't bring this up. I think Liverpool Arsenal is always a. It's just a.
I hate it.
It is.
And in recent years, I hate it more just because how stubborn you are. But that Saliba that Saliba red card has given me a little bit of hope of winning.
Yeah, fair.
If Saliba didn't get a red card, then I'd be like,
sorry, let me just do this to Ed. I did this the other day. If you lot don't beat us and we haven't got Saliba, Odegaard, Saka, Calafiori, Timber, if you don't beat us, trust me, I'll be loud. Yeah, I'm telling you that. I don't care. I give you a lot of respect and credit. If you don't beat us with those players gone, I am telling you, man, are cooked. Right.
Is this like an early excuse of losing the game, or is this actually meaning what you're saying right now? Is this meaning what you're saying right now? Because we ain't got Alisson, we ain't got Jota. You know what I'm saying? Saka,
Odegaard, Saliba.
I get it.
If they are not in the side and we beat you lot,
I get it.
You're gonna see.
But we are still at the Emirates and we are still away and we're still.
We're not having that at all. We're not having that at all.
That's like you having Van Dijk, Salah, Alisson, Gravenberch. That's a lot of key players. Trent. If you
we've had these games. Last year you got injury lucky. This year it's turned around a little bit. So let's have a see.
Some of those players might play, but if they do not, and you don't win, all
right,
you'll see me.
But all right then, I will. All right then, I'll give you that. But you've still got to say I predicted this. If you do lose on Sunday, I need to see this.
I can't do that.
You can make a T-shirt if you want. You can make a T-shirt.
Bury me alive, bro. I'll done that ground on Sunday. I'll get licks, bro. I'm on a good run right now. I'm trying to just stay happy and just positive, man.
Thank you, boys. Anyway, regardless of what the result is on Sunday, it's gonna be a big game. It's gonna be a close game because it's not a title decider as such, but it is a big 6-pointer. And if Arsenal do lose, the 7 points behind Liverpool. That's just the way it is, and it's possible probably 6 points behind that Man City. I can't see Man City not beating Southampton, if I'm honest. So it's a big game. They're not out of the title race, but it's certainly a big. I think it's a mental game. This is because getting that early victory over a team like this in a title race is a mental confidence, a mental booster. Yeah, I think, that's why I believe it will be a draw, because I think both managers will get to a certain point in the game and say we're not losing this. Been an interesting one. Been an interesting one. Thank you, boys, for joining me tonight. Anyway, for joining me today. Whatever happens Sunday, we're always going to be friends, no matter what. Anyway, so.
We will be. But if
Monday,
Check. All up.
Enough of that. We ain't going to talk Sunday. Monday morning, we'll catch up Monday morning about it in DMs or whatever. Thanks for joining me, boys. Anyway, this is the Talking Reds brand new channel. It's only a week old, by the way, so we're not going to have many viewers just yet. But I want to get daily content every single day, different kind of content. We've got Talking Rivals on Monday. I was speaking about the other teams that are challenging for the title as well on Monday. Make sure we're live, I think, tomorrow night as well, to give you a little bit of thing. I'll give you a preview a news feed last night. I did a news update on news on the week last night. Previews out now, and don't forget our match reaction on Sunday as well, live after the game. So we will be 6 o'clock. If you want to watch me on one screen and Cecil on the other, perfect. That's exactly what you need to do, because you're going to get the exact same thing. I'm not going to shy it away if we lose, and Cecil's going to front it straight to your face, as he always does, with a T-shirt saying he was right when we lost. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Thank you, Basil. Thank you, Cecil, for joining me tonight.
Pleasure.
Have a great night, guys, and have a great weekend.